Alright guys, here we go. Back up at John's Peak. Riding with Josh. Had a pretty good ride today. It is Sunday, April 20th. Little surprised there's not many people in the parking lot, so we kind of had the place to ourselves, which is pretty rare for a Sunday. There were a few other people up there, but it was pretty quiet, and that's pretty awesome because this place is usually pretty crowded on the weekends. So just kind of out cruising around. I had rode Saturday, did some laps the day before, so not pushing too hard today. Josh hasn't ridden in quite a while, so we're just taking it easy. Gonna stick to some of the easier trails, try not to get too far away from the truck, try not to get lost. But just go get a decent workout in and have some fun riding our dirt bikes. I would say we definitely accomplished that. Hitting some single track up here that I haven't done in a while. I've ridden this before, but usually by accident do I end up here. I don't know exactly where this is, but yeah, I always find this stuff on accident, usually. Of course, I'm up here on the 2019 KTM250xc, my woods bike, my weapon of choice for the trees. And just like normal, she's running flawlessly.
Did I miss one?
I don't know.
I think if you go left, you'll stay closer to the road. I'm not sure where right would go.
Yeah, some pretty good stuff in here. I need to spend more time up here, do a little more exploring on this side of the hill. Always fun to find some stuff that you haven't been on in a while. I thought this was a hill climb that I had done before. It's really not. So again, just kind of out exploring. Not really sure where we're at. Not lost, but you know how it is. We're just out cruising around. One of those type of days. Not taking anything too serious. Not riding too hard. Not turning laps.
Wasn't what I thought it was, and that looks like it gets really rocky and more technical than I want to do this far away.
Yeet, yeet.
There's a lot of stuff that got cut out of this video. I just can't save it all, or the video just ends up way too long. But you know, I can't show you guys everything. I think we rode for 3 hours today. But yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I'm not focused on what I'm doing right now. Getting some random text messages I'm trying to respond to while I'm making this video. I'm multitasking. Gotta be a good multitasker. I think this section here, Trail 2 or upper switchbacks maybe. I can't really tell. It's a little tiny screen I'm watching this on. After a while it all looks the same anyways, right? But yeah, weather has been really good this time of year. We've had some rain, but the temperature has been pretty good in the 60s and 70s. This is prime dirt bike riding here in Southern Oregon. April, May, it's starting to warm up some in May and getting up into the 80s, but that's still, man, that's manageable. You know, next month we'll probably be looking at 90 and 100 degree temperatures, and that's not fun at all. Everything will dry out. We'll get the old forest fire bans and no more riding in the woods. Got to do it while we can. It's kind of a small window unless you really enjoy riding in the snow. I don't mind the wet weather. I don't mind riding in the rain and all that, but it's got to be 40 degrees for me to really get into it, you know? Otherwise, I'm probably going to stay home. I'll ride in the heat just to kind of condition myself to it, because a lot of the racing we do is in the heat. But I don't love it. I'm sure nobody does. Kind of comes with the territory though. Josh and I haven't ridden together in quite a while, so it was good to get back, catch back up with him, spend some laps in the woods. His bike ran pretty well as far as I know. Of course, the gas TPI, just sipping fuel compared to my carbureted 2-stroke, which likes to go through the fuel. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It does pretty good, but not as good as the old TPI bikes. Yeah, it's not often I get to kind of rip it through these trails, because typically there's a lot of people up here and there's always people on these beginner-friendly trails. These kind of double-tracky, not quite double-tracky, but a little bigger than single-track trails. They're all very good for beginner riders, and they're kind of fast and flowy if you can get the place to yourself. But even here, I'm riding with caution, being very careful, because there's always somebody coming the other direction. So, well, that's kind of the name of the game. I tend to say that every video I make up here at John's Peak, but it's true, and I want people to know that. You know, these are all directional trails, multi-directional trails, and I kind of like it that way, because they're, you know, you get a different experience going one way or the other way. But you have to be aware you can't just send it, because there could be somebody coming the other way that's doing the same thing you're doing. So it may look like I'm riding fairly fast here, but trust me, I'm holding back. can hear Josh right behind me. He's all over me. He's riding good today. Okay, so this will be lower switchbacks. At least I know that. I don't hit that upper section very often, so give me a break, right? Oh yeah, we're having some fun. So we do have some racing coming up on the 17th and 18th. 18th, I think. May 18th. Tillamook State Forest. Browns Camp OHV. That should be fun. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty dusty, which is fine. I just have to get used to riding in the dusk again. Just not, you know, track riding where they water the track for you. It's all loamy and fresh and gets rough, but yeah, different than riding in the woods where you're dealing with rocks and dust and roots and all the good stuff. But I love it. Just got to get back into it, get my head back in the game. Trying to find some motivation. Probably spend a few days up there, do a little camping, a little hanging out. Hopefully in that 50 plus class we have a great turnout like we did last round. Hopefully I can put in a good ride. I could use the confidence. Of course, the off weekends I'm racing motocross as well. Riding the Tenere 700. Riding the mountain bike, which I don't show on this channel because nobody likes it. But yeah, there's I'm fairly busy. Got a lot going on. Trying to make videos. I still work for a living. So I feel like I'm swamped right now with footage between the 2.7, this ride, you know, some of the motocross races I've been doing. I'm a couple weeks behind on this video, and it'll probably be a couple more weeks before it gets scheduled and posted to the channel. So yeah, it's a lot. Don't get me wrong, I still have plenty of time to sit around and do nothing, because sometimes that's all I feel like doing. Of course, the local Motorcycle Riders Association up here have been working hard trying to get the place ready for a poker run that actually took place last weekend. Because I'm making this video May 9th. So yeah, the May Day poker run took place last weekend. But they've been up there clearing trail, coming up with the course for the OMRA round they're having up here. It must be June, mid-June or something like that. I don't know exactly, but I think we have a 2-day event up here. Looking forward to that. It's always fun to ride in your own backyard. But yeah, big shout out to the MRA guys. I keep saying I need to come out and volunteer for a trail day cleanup type of thing, and man, I just never have made time for it, and I don't have any good excuses for it. I just ride my dirt bike usually, or making videos, or of course working a lot too. So none of those are very good excuses for not helping keep the trail system cleared. I mean, I do cut some trees out of the way when I come across them and I have a big enough saw. But with all the weather and blowdowns and wind and stuff that we've had this year, I know that there was probably a lot of trees down across these trails, and they're all pretty clear now. So a lot of hard work put in. Diabolical going up. I first found this trail on my mountain bike. It was a lot of fun going downhill on the mountain bike years ago. I think one way's angelic, one way's diabolical. I don't remember which is which, honestly. I think this way's diabolical. But of course the trails have changed quite a bit since those early mountain bike days. Been rerouted a little bit. It's still pretty fun, good stuff. Starting to get a little rough in here.
One more.
See, there are other people up here. Lots of ruts. Trying to pick a line, thought I could stay high here, and then decided that wasn't going to work. Not with the momentum that I had. Just dropped into the rut and powered through. That's all you can do sometimes. I've been stuck there before, struggling to get up there, so glad the AT82 pulled me through.
that way. We'll go left and head back.
Okay. Heading back to the van. Like I said, we've spent a couple hours riding up here. We are done for the day. We've had enough. So kind of meandering back. We're not going to be sending it too hard. Nothing worse than making a mistake on the way back to the truck and turning a great day into a less than great day. A lot of good stuff up here at the Peak. Fortunate to have it in my backyard. And I feel like I'm 4 hours away from every other riding spot that I could go to. I mean, track-wise, Stillwater. We have Moto 541, which is right, you know, right in here in the valley, which is nice. But Prineville, Christmas Valley, any of that stuff. It's like everything is 4 hours away. Kind of funny. This is all this stuff is pretty fun to just rip on. But like I said, end of the day, we're just trying to get back to the truck. Stay in one piece. Josh has been in the dust most of the day, so trying not to create too much for him. I always find another trail to head back on. Up to the helipad. We head down Trail 7. Back down to the van. But yeah, I think I'm going to sign out for now. I've just kind of chimed in here and there on this video. Hopefully you like it. It was kind of a casual day riding dirt bikes, and some of the best times I had just these not too serious stuff, you know. Just out having fun riding. And that's what today was. It was good to get back out and just kind of remember why I do it, right? Of course, sometimes racing every weekend, I don't know. It's nice to not have any pressure on you. Not that there's any pressure on me racing, but I don't know. Pressure you put on yourself to try to do well. But anyhow, if you've watched this far, I appreciate it and thank you. So yeah, thanks for watching. Till the next one.
Trail we've hit. It's just so running out and loose. That's like the most difficult thing we've ever done.
Yeah, it's pretty beat up right now. I saved. Pretty rough in here.